Okay, Alaji.
And the, yes.
Let me ask you, as a seasoned economist, now the decline of the Naira has been blamed for our economic misfortunes. How do you intend to stop the Naira's rapid decline?
So the Naira is actually a commodity, like any other commodity, which is a function of demand and supply. First and foremost, one has to actually interrogate what the problem is. The problem number one is that you do not have a sound and stable macroeconomic system where fiscal policies and monetary policies are in balance. Fiscal issues are everything to do with revenues, to do with expenditure, to do with taxes, to do with fiscal incentives. Monetary policy is all about money supply, it's about inflation, it's about savings, it's about investment, and all the other things that make up the macro eco system. So because of that imbalance, all kinds of prices are actually out of balance. Number one, inflation, interest rates, exchange rates, they're all interlinked. And so when you have an economy that is not actually operating optimally, and where you have enormous amount of subsidies in the system, because the exchange rates are subsidized, interest rates are subsidized because T-bills rates are currently at about 4%. Inflation is running away at about 14% and going higher. Who is actually taking this money at 4%, the treasury bills? It's actually government. So our Commonwealth is actually subsidizing the government. And a lot of these funds that are being raised are actually not going into the productive sector of the economy. Monies are being raised mostly to finance consumption. And because of these and other reasons, you have multiple exchange rates in the market. What we need to do is to actually move away from this partial equilibrium to a very dynamic equilibrium of prices and exchange rates. Because of a lack of unified exchange rates, today what we are seeing is a situation in which multiple rates exist. Multiple rates exist because it offers people an incentive to actually introduce a lot of rent-seeking and arbitrage into the system. So my own reform agenda is to create a climate that is conducive for macroeconomic stability, to minimize subsidies. Where subsidies are absolutely important, it should be brought to the barest minimum. I do not, for example, agree that there should be petroleum products subsidy as such, because the people who are cutting away the difference are not the hundreds of millions of Nigerians who actually are not benefiting from it, but it's actually the elite that is benefiting from this system. What I would rather do is to come up with a package of palliatives that some of this money that is used for subsidies should actually be taken in order to finance education, health, social welfare, and the rest, so that the Nigerian common man is actually able to benefit from this. So those would be some of the answers that I would provide within the short period of time that we have in dealing with this particular issue.